Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Dave Nietszche, and welcome to the arse end of 2011. It's so called because 2011 will forever be remembered as the year that the anus of the global economy puckered up in readiness to shit its own skeleton out in 2012. Yeah, that's right, I'm going to talk about the global economy. I'm one of those stand-ups. If you don't like political comedy, I'm very sorry. Maybe if you stick around, I've got some jokes about cancer later on. So we'll get to that. But yeah, we are in the economic equivalent of an intercontinental wolf-raping competition. But even so, money is still being spent. Wayne Rooney, for example, earlier this year, he spent £25,000 on a hair transplant in order to make himself appear more attractive to his wife. This is Wayne Rooney we're talking about, isn't it? It is the same Wayne Rooney, the one who looks like a shaved ginger gorilla. Unless that hair transplant involved major facial reconstructive surgery, it's not so much polishing a turd as slapping a wig on one. And the other thing is, he said he did this to appear more attractive to his wife. Now, maybe I've got this wrong. I mean, I don't understand much about the female psyche. My wife will confirm that. I don't understand the difference between, no, that's fine, and no, that's fine. But even allowing for that, Wayne Rooney wants to appear more attractive to his wife. Shouldn't he therefore maybe stop fucking quite so many elderly whores? I mean, you know, I don't know why he seems to like fucking all these old age prostitutes, but he does. Maybe he's misunderstood the government exaltation of we're all in this together. The Chancellor, George Osborne, first said that. Do you all know who that is? George Osborne? Little guy, tubby, looks like he puts handfuls of his own shit in a disused warehouse. You know the guy, yeah? Yeah. I don't like him very much, it has to be said. I'm not really the biggest fan. I mean, I wasn't too worried about him until he started saying things like, we're all in this together. That kind of had a subtext to me. It was like he was saying, yeah, okay, I know. We're the Tories, yes, we do hate the poor, but don't worry, trust us on this one, it's fine. And then he said he wanted to get rid of the top rate of income tax. That basically means that anyone who earns over £150,000 at the moment, they have to pay 50p in every pound. He wants to get rid of that. So let's put that into context. He wants to make this country less poor by taking less money from the very rich. Now that might sound like a bit of a silly idea, but don't worry, there's a lot of sort of major economists who have assessed it, and they said it's fucking mental, so that's absolutely fine. Now, the excuse he uses is that, oh well, it was only ever introduced as a temporary measure. Okay, yeah, fair enough, that's true. You know what else was introduced as a temporary measure? Income tax. Income tax got brought in during the Napoleonic Wars to help raise funds to beat Napoleon. I haven't checked lately, but I'm pretty sure Napoleon is well and truly fucking beaten. If you're going to get rid of any temporary measures, why not start with income tax, you fucking little toad? We're all in this together. I mean, the best way to describe his policy, it's like, imagine you sat at a table and you've got a plate of 10 biscuits in front of you. Also at the table, there's George Osborne, there's a senior banker, and there's, I don't know, a nurse, okay? The banker takes 9 of your biscuits. You go, hey, what the fuck are all my biscuits? I want my biscuits back. And George Osborne says, no, you don't understand. In order for this table to attract more biscuits to it, the banker has to be seen to be consuming the biscuits. The markets won't respect us and won't bring us further biscuits unless he's cramming as many biscuits down his piggy little throat as he can. Do you see? And you might go, well, yeah, but if we do get more biscuits, isn't he just going to eat them all again? Aren't I just going to be left with just the one biscuit? And George might say, yeah, well, on that subject, see that nurse over there? That greedy fat bitch is after your biscuit. Fucking watch her. Now at this point you might be thinking, yes Dave, that's all very well and moderately funny, but you're starting to sound like a bit of an embittered ranting old man. Can't really argue with that, to be entirely honest. I've had a shit year. You know how shit my year's been? Found out I couldn't have kids, Mum got diagnosed with cancer, Dad had a massive heart attack. Boom! Okay, that's very sad, but don't worry, funny is coming, I promise. Okay, I'm not saying all this for sympathy. In all candour, pretty much the first thing I thought when each one of these events happened was, do you know, I wonder if I can get this in my act. And full disclosure as well, a couple of years back, my parents told me how much I was going to get in their will. Kind of difficult to focus on like parental discomfort when you can put an exact cash value on their tune. Really tough, you know? But somehow I did it. I managed to stop thinking about what kind of car I'd buy with my inheritance for long enough to get myself to the hospital. Went to the RVI, my dad had his heart attack, I went straight there. Got to the reception, oh my god, my dad's had a heart attack, where is he? Please tell me where he is. And he went, it's okay, he's on the coronary care unit. The coronary care unit on the top floor, 6th fucking floor of the RVI, at the very far end of the hospital. Now, what kind of idiot takes people who can't go very far indeed, very, very far, in order to not die? That just seems a bit mental. I mean, why not swap them with someone on the ground floor? The cancer patients, they're down there in their cushy ground floor ward. Chuck them out, swap them around. I spoke to my mum. I said, Mum, you've got cancer, haven't you? And she said, yes, I have. Thank you very much for reminding me. I said, well, you wouldn't mind swapping wards with Dad, would you? So he had to go downstairs. And she went, no, I wouldn't. But no! Instead, I had to run the entire length of the hospital and 6 flights of fucking stairs. I'm a young, healthy person, but I was having a heart attack by the time I got there. And I walked in. First thing I saw, a lot of sexy nurses in the hospital. Really loads of them, even the matrons. They're more kind of Nigella Lawson matronly, not Hattie Jakes. It was quite good, but well, here's another thing. Isn't the very last place you want to see a load of really sexy women the place where you've just gone to recover from a massive heart attack? It just doesn't really seem very... Not only that, but they haven't connected up to a machine that beeps when his heart starts going a little bit, you know, funny. That very quickly stopped being the medical miracle that was helped saving my dad's life and became the little electronic bastard that grassed him up for having a hard-on when he was. Oh dear. Has the machine gone off again? Oh, we'll have to fix that. Let's see now. Let's just get that reset. Is that all right for you? I mean, I don't have any documentary evidence that this is what's happening in wards, but come on. The NHS, they're under pressure to kind of keep more beds open, and they're putting sexy nurses on a high ward. Just putting 2 and 2 together. That's nearly it from me, but before I go, I just want to leave you with something that I've learned over the past year. Don't know if you know the Centre for Life, just across the road there, that's where the main fertility clinic of the North East is. And my wife and I, we had quite a lot of calls to go there over the past year. And I don't know if you spend a lot of time here, but if you do, you'll see a lot of couples like going into and coming out from that building. And I'd like you to tell you the secret of the fertility clinic couples code. And it goes like this. If that couple walks out of that building and the woman's crying, that means they can't have children. If the man's crying, that means that they can. If the woman's crying and the man's doing his best to suppress a broad grin, that means they can't have kids, but his balls were perfectly right. Thank you very much for asking. And on that note, you've been lovely, and I've been Dave Nietszche. Thank you very much.